Hi there, I'm Veno. Today I want to continue our discussion on STEM, the Spatiotemporal Epidemiological Modeler. Now, I started introducing this spatial software that is used for simulating the spread of infectious diseases in a population using compartmental models. Um, Today I'm going to be showing you how you can create and run a scenario using STEM, the Spatiotemporal Epidemiological Modeler. And basically, it involves a few steps. If you want to create and run a scenario, you need to create a project, and under the project, you create a scenario, which is an empty container. You add model containers for the model hierarchy. You import graphs from STEM framework. Then you would also need to create three nested models. Number one is the geography model. The second one is the population model. Third one is the disease model. Now, after doing this, we need to also create an infector, create a sequencer, and then we can equip our scenario with the disease model, infector, and sequencer, and then we can then run the scenario. Now, if you've already installed your STEM software, which is a free software, you can just go to your computer and just click it and open it. Now, the STEM software is very much easy to use. All right, so I will just show you how you can create a scenario and run a scenario using this STEM software. Now, the first thing we need to do after opening STEM, of course, this is the interface you see in the STEM software. I already have two projects here. I have this automated experiment example that I got from the IBM STEM Eclipse website. And then I have this project that I also created for a paper publication. Now, let's create a project here. In my first video, I a little bit started introducing these different items on the menu in STEM. You can create a new STEM project. You can create a new scenario. You can create new models. You can create a new sequences. As the videos continue later, hopefully I can do some videos on how you can do new experiments, use new triggers, new predicate, define a new population initializer, create a new logger, define a new graph, create a new population transformer. Today we'll see this define a new disease and infect automatic experiment, hopefully in subsequent videos. Now, this is very important that you create a new project when you're beginning, okay? How do you create a new project? You just come to this item on the menu that says new STEM project. One interesting thing about this software is that when you bring your cursor to any of these items, once your cursor highlights, it tells you what it is, okay? All right, so let's create a new STEM project. I want to call it by the name of one of the countries in Asia. Let's say Malaysia, okay? Let's say the STEM project is Malaysia. All right, so got it here. Okay, I just click on this plus sign. All right, so to expand it a little bit. Now, what do I need to do? I need to create a scenario first. Of course, if you like, you can create a scenario at the end. Doesn't really matter, but there must be a scenario for you to be able to run it. Okay. All right. So I just create a scenario by clicking on a scenario. Now look at where it's written project here. You have to be very careful because here now is showing me a different project. All right. So I have to go to this drop down menu and select the project I'm just working on currently, Malaysia. All right. Then what do I want to call the scenario? I just call it scenario 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 Malaysia. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good name. Then you need to pick a solver. Um, there are three solvers currently. Okay. This finite difference solver is easier to run, but for more thorough and more accurate result, it's better to use this Rengyukuta solver. Okay, but for the purpose of demonstration, now we just use this. Okay. Now I have my scenario here. Now the next thing I want to do is to begin to create my nested models. All right. So the first model is a geography model. Right. So I just call it geo. Just finish should do. Okay. Then I need to go and get some graphs that are put in the geography model. And where do I get them from? I go here to graphs. Okay. Then I come to STEM. I click on this geography, political country. Then let me just give this a little bit. Okay. Then I look for Malaysia. Where is Malaysia? I want to get the graphs that are on Malaysia. Okay, so Malaysia is here. Now for the geography model, I will take graphs that have to do with the physical of Malaysia. That is the land area, landscape, and all that. All right, so that is what I need for my geography. I will leave out population and just pick out physical aspects of the country of Malaysia. All right, so I pick all this and just leave out the population. All right. Um, After highlighting using a control click, okay, I can just drag it and then I bring it to my um, geography model. I just drop it there. Okay. Then I need to click on it and make sure it's saved. I can use Control S or I come to file and just save. Make sure it's saved. Okay. Let me minimize it a little bit. All right. So I have my geography model. Next, I still need to do what do you call it? Next model is the population model. All right. So my population model. I just say POP. Okay. It's good enough. Just finish. Then in the population model, I need to add my geography model that I just created. This is my geography model. I click on it and then I drag it, I drop it in the population model. Okay. Let me save before I forget. I just save it. Okay. Then I need to add to this the geography model which I've put in the population model. I need to add the population. Okay. So where is the population? I get population from here. Population, Malaysian population, 0 level, and at 1 level. Okay. I just drag it, bring it all the way, and I just drop it. I drop and then please make sure you save. Okay. I save it. Okay. This is my second level of the nested model. I'm still not yet done. I still need to do my disease model. All right, so I go to still new model. I select and then I just say disease. Okay, disease model. All right, so Finish, done. Now in the disease model, I need to come here to this menus here. Choose my population model, which contains both population and geography model. All right, so I just take this population model, I drag it and drop it inside the disease model. Okay, let me just quickly save it before I forget. And then next, I need to define a disease. Now, when I define a disease, it's going to be under what is called decorators, right? So I need to tell the STEM software what kind of disease model I want to work with. You know, there are different compartmental models of disease. So I need to define, give the name of the disease and choose on the compartmental models. All right, so I just come here, define a new disease, and I click on define a new disease. Then a small window is going to open so that I can define that new disease. Okay, let's say it's, the disease is plague. Yeah, okay, let's say it's plague. Let's say plague disease. Okay, so plague disease. Disease name here, plague. Okay, then human. Um, I actually want to change this disease model. I want to use a different disease model. I want to use the deterministic SEIR. SER, deterministic SER is S for susceptible, E for exposed, I for infectives, and R for recovered. Okay, so let me put the name of the disease as plague, and then I can play around with different parameters. Um, Let me say it has a transmission rate of 3, and I can play around with this one's little bit just for the purpose of this demonstration. Okay, can just do something like this. All right, so okay, incubation rate, all right, just something like that. All right, okay, so this is my plague disease. I just say okay. All right, now if I come under decorators, I'm going to see it is here. Okay, then let me go back to my models. I go back to my disease model. I can just double click on it here or come here and click on it here. Okay, it is here, or I double click here, it will appear here. All right, then I need to put this new disease in the disease model. So I just click and drag and drop it in the disease model. Okay, then I just save it. All right, I save it. All right, that is good enough. But I need to also define an infector. I need to define an infector. An infector will also come under the decorators. All right, so I click on infector, and then I need to define the infector. I give it a name. I just say maybe plague infector or something. Then yes, I take this option, create a new infector, because you can also create a new inoculator, a lot of different things, you know, that you can do. Now, what was the name of the disease? It's plague. You must use exactly the same name of the disease that you defined. Otherwise, it's not going to run. Your scenario will not run. Okay. All right. So use an absolute number. Use a percentage. Maybe I just use a percentage. You know, for now. Okay. Then I need to select a location from where the infection will begin. And I want to within my project, Malaysia. And then I click on Malaysia. And then I say, let it begin from Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Okay. Then I choose OK. Yeah. All right, so so far so good. I think this is good enough. I just say finish. All right. Now, if I come under decorators here, I'll see this my infector is here. All right. Then what else do I need? I need a sequencer for the scenario to run. A sequencer is what makes the scenario to run. All right. So uh, I need to create a sequencer from here, and then it will come in here. All right. In my project. All right. So I just click on new sequencer, and then I call it maybe plague sec. All right. Plague sequencer, and then it has a starting date of 12 September 2012. Okay, specify end date. No, I don't want to specify an ending date. Let it begin and cycle period one day. All right, one day at a time. So it will be going from day one, day two, day three, like that. All right. So so far so good. All right. So basically we have what we need for a simple scenario to run. All right. So I go back to my scenario. I double click here. This is my scenario. I'm going to put my disease model inside my scenario. Okay. Let me make sure it's in there. Good. Then I'm going to add my infector. I add an infector. Okay. And then I need to add my sequencer. I look for where is my sequencer. You see. Okay. I take my sequencer and I add it, and then I make sure I save it first. Yeah, I save it. Good deal. Let's see. Am I forgetting any other thing? Basically, a simple scenario can run this for this deterministic SEIR model. All right. So I select. I can click here to run the scenario, or I right click here, and then I can run my scenario. All right, so there you see it running. Now this is Kuala Lumpur. Okay, the infection is beginning from Kuala Lumpur, Selangor state of Malaysia, and this bubonic plague is beginning to spread from Kuala Lumpur. It has gone to, this is Negri Sembilan. It is going around the states, in Malaysia. Basically, if you want to see where it is, you can just put your cursor and you see the name of the state, uh, and some information like the population. You see susceptibles, infectives, those who have recovered, those who are exposed, and all that, right? So it keeps running and running like this. I don't know if we can make it a little bit bigger, okay? All right, now you see the infection spreading around West Malaysia, as Peninsular Malaysia. Okay, I can play around with this place, see population count, number of susceptibles, they're all over Malaysia. I can see the incidence of the disease dates, how many people have died as a result of the disease. See the infection, okay, spreading. How many have recovered? Good number have recovered fully. Um, Exposed. Okay, let's go back to the infection. All right, so basically it has spread, and that's what basically you see. The infection will keep spreading and spreading, and then until it stops, depending on the kind of sequencer you've used. All right, in my next video, I'm going to show you how you can maybe get the result from the scenario, and how you can maybe do some little analysis and all that. Um, but I think for this one, Um, I think hopefully this should do for now. Okay. Thank you very much for listening. Okay.